Hello, my name is Artyom, and since childhood, I have been fascinated by one extraordinary thing, the human brain. It is the most complex structure in the universe, and despite all our scientific advancements, we still know so little about it. The more I read and learn, the more I am awed by its mystery. Inside each of us lies a universe of its own. Did you know that the brain consists of approximately 86 billion neurons? But it's not just about the numbers. Every second, millions of chemical reactions occur within our brains. It's as if the most powerful supercomputer is operating inside us, processing an incredible amount of data simultaneously. But what makes the brain so unique? Let's talk about memory. Sometimes I feel like memory is our true superpower. One of the most famous cases of phenomenal memory is the story of a man named Solomon Shershevsky. He possessed what is known as eidetic memory. He could recall everything down to the smallest detail. Phone numbers, shopping lists, entire pages of text. He could retain all of it in his mind for years. Amazingly, he described his memory as working like a film. He could simply see everything he wanted to remember in front of his eyes. Scientists still debate the secret behind such people. Perhaps their brains have especially active regions responsible for associations. For example, Solomon used images and smells to remember information. This led scientists to believe that our memory depends much more on emotions and imagination than we realize. But the brain isn't just about memory. It also boasts incredible intuitive abilities. For example, have you ever had an idea or solution to a problem come to you out of nowhere? That's your subconscious processing information. A vivid example is the German chemist August Kekule. He struggled to understand the structure of the benzene molecule until one day he dreamed of a snake biting its tail. This dream helped him uncover the molecular structure, leading to a major scientific breakthrough. Speaking of dreams, I can't help but mention how mysterious they are. Do you know what's fascinating? Our brain is just as active during sleep as it is when we're awake. Moreover, some scientists believe that dreams are the brain's way of processing and consolidating the information gathered throughout the day. It's as if the brain launches a nightly cleanup to make space for new data. What's even more intriguing is that dreams can serve as a source of inspiration. Composer Giuseppe Tartini, for instance, wrote his famous Devil's Trill Sonata after hearing the melody in a dream, which he believed was played by the devil himself. It makes you wonder, what if our dreams are the brain's way of communicating with us, revealing hidden potential or helping us see the world differently? Now, let's talk about genius. Sometimes the brain achieves the extraordinary even at an early age. You've probably heard of William Rowan Hamilton. This mathematician knew 13 languages as a child. Or Terence Tao, nicknamed the Mozart of math, who could add and subtract at age 2, entered university at 9, and earned a PhD by 20. What makes such people unique? Scientists believe they not only have an unusual brain structure but also an exceptional ability to focus and learn at astonishing speeds. But it's not just geniuses who demonstrate the brain's astounding capabilities. Sometimes injuries or changes in the brain unlock hidden talents. For example, there's the phenomenon of savants, people with limited abilities but extraordinary skills in a specific area. One such individual, Kim Peek, could recall thousands of books verbatim. His story inspired the film Rain Man. Scientists believe these abilities arise due to a redistribution of brain functions. When one area is damaged, others begin to work more intensively. What amazes me most is that we use only a fraction of our brain's potential. Perhaps one day we'll unlock all its secrets and learn to develop abilities we can't even dream of yet. What I particularly love is the brain's ability to change. This is called neuroplasticity. It was once thought that the brain was static, but now we know it can change through experience. For example, when you learn to play a musical instrument, your brain literally rewires itself, creating new neural connections. The same happens when you study a foreign language or try something new. Every time I think about the brain, I feel like a tiny part of something grand. This organ holds the answers to the most complex questions: who we are, why we're here, and what we're capable of. But perhaps its greatest mystery is how little we know about it. We've only just begun to understand how incredible our brain is, Yet each new discovery raises even more questions. For instance, one of the brain's most enigmatic phenomena is the placebo effect. Imagine taking a pill you believe to be medicine, and your condition improves even though it's just sugar. Because the brain triggers healing processes simply by believing in the treatment. Studies show that even people with chronic illnesses can experience improvement if they trust the effectiveness of the therapy. The brain doesn't just believe, it acts on a chemical and physiological level. Emotions are another area that leaves us in awe. Have you ever wondered why we feel like our heart is breaking from grief or soaring with joy? These aren't just metaphors. Emotions are directly linked to our physical sensations, and the brain plays a key role in this. For example, when we're happy, it produces happiness hormone like endorphins and dopamine. When we're anxious or afraid, the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, is activated. This process not only makes us feel but also physically changes our body by speeding up or slowing down our heartbeat, altering our breathing, and more. What about the brain's ability to deceive itself? One of the strangest phenomena is Capgras syndrome. People with this condition are convinced that their loved ones have been replaced by doubles or imposters. This rare disorder demonstrates how finely the brain connects visual information with emotions. Scientists believe the syndrome arises from a disconnect between the area responsible for facial recognition and the one triggering emotional responses. It's like seeing a face but not feeling it's familiar. Another captivating topic is telepathy and intuition. While we can't yet read each other's thoughts, experiments suggest that people's brains can synchronize. For instance, studies have shown that the brain activity of two individuals watching the same scene becomes similar. This may explain why we sometimes sense each other without words. And intuition? It's the result of subconscious processing. The brain picks up tiny details and forms conclusions faster than we can consciously register them. Equally fascinating is how our brain perceives reality. Did you know that everything we see isn't a direct snapshot of the outside world but a brain-processed image? For instance, our eyes see everything upside down and the brain flips the image. Or colors. What we perceive as red or blue isn't an absolute property of objects but a brain response to light waves. Moreover, people with synesthesia experience a blending of senses. For example, they might hear colors or see sounds. One of the brain's most unusual abilities is its manipulation of time. Have you ever had moments when time seemed to slow down, like during a dangerous situation? This happens because the brain works faster in such moments, processing more details than usual. Conversely, when we're engrossed in something exciting, time flies. That's because the brain is focused and not keeping track of the minutes passing by. Finally, let's talk about the brain's potential. If you've ever heard the myth that we use only 10% of our brain, here's some good news: it's not true. We use our entire brain. It's just that different areas are active at different times. However, scientists are confident that we have yet to unlock its full potential. In the future, we might enhance our memory, learn faster, or even control our emotions through technology. Every time I delve into this topic, I'm captivated by the thought that an entire world lies within each of us. Our brain not only makes us who we are but also opens up incredible possibilities. And what discoveries await us in the future? Only it knows. If this story amazed you, leave a like, subscribe, and share in the comments. Which brain mystery fascinates you the most? See you soon.